So AC through pure capacitor, I will take a capacitor and I am giving alternating voltage to this capacitor. See, these phasor diagrams concept or phasors concept will be in alternating quantities only. In case of DC, this phase concept will not be there. For a waveform only, this phase concept will be there. So this is the alternating voltage. V is equal to Vm sin omega t, the mathematical expression for the sinusoidal voltage. And whenever we are giving alternating voltage, current will circulate in the circuit. So this current is flowing through this capacitor. Now we want to know the position of the current with respect to the applied voltage when the current is passing through the capacitor. So for that, what I am doing, I will find out the current first. How can we find the current? Current passing through the capacitor. We have a formula we derived in the first unit. Anyone can tell you the formula? Have you remembered or not? Current passing through the capacitor. Am I audible or not? Yes. Good. I is equal to C into dV by dt. This is the current passing through the capacitor. So in this equation we have voltage. So in place of voltage, substitute this voltage equation Vm sin omega t. Here Vm is a constant value. You can bring it out. Vm C d by dt of sin omega t. So differentiation of sine. Cos omega t. And what is the differentiation for omega t? Omega. With respect to time we are deriving, differentiating. So C Vm cos omega t into omega. This I am writing it as Vm by 1 by omega c. We have c and omega. Omega c is there in the equation. That one omega c I am writing in the denominator 1 by omega c into cos omega t. Why I am writing here? Because our standard equation is Vm sin omega t plus or minus phi. Apart from Vm there is no other terms, but here we have omega c is there. So that's why I am writing in the denominator. Vm sin omega t plus or minus phi. If it is the current equation, Im sin omega t. So in this case, there is the current equation I is equal to Vm by 1 by omega c into cos omega t. Can we compare these two now? We can't compare these two. Why? Because this is the sinusoidal function, but in our equation there is a cosine function. So we have to convert the cos function into the sine function. How can you convert it? This 1 by omega c, I am writing it as xc. How can you write in terms of sine this cos function? Sine 90 plus theta. Sine pi by 2 plus omega t. Sine 90 plus theta is the cos theta. Sine 90 minus theta is also the cos theta. But we can't use sine 90 minus theta. Why? Vm by xt, I am using this sine 90 plus theta. So then it will become cos theta. Sine pi by 2 plus omega t. So where xt is 1 by omega c. In place of omega fc substitute 2 pi f, 2 pi fc. So therefore current equation I is equal to Vm by Xc sin omega t plus pi by 2. Now we can compare this with the standard equation Im sin omega t plus or minus pi. So from the above equation, it is clearly observed that this is plus sign in the equation. Plus sign indicates that is a leading nature. So current passing through the capacitor leads the applied voltage by an angle of 90 degrees. Plus sign always indicates leading. In the equation, if you have a plus sign, that means it is a leading nature. Current leads. Minus sign indicates lagging. From the above equation, current leads the applied voltage. By an angle of 90 degrees. This is in case of pure capacitor. If it is not pure capacitor, it will lead the voltage but not exactly 90 degrees, somewhat lesser than the 90 degrees. By an angle of 90 degrees in case of pure capacitor. See here, I had asked a question here. Sin 90 minus theta is also cos theta, but we are not using that. Why? Because sin 90 minus theta, if you use it, pi by 2 minus omega t, no. If you take minus as common here, omega t minus pi by 2 it will come. Sin of minus theta minus sin theta. So minus sin omega t minus pi by 2 will come. So this minus sign will be there in the equation. But in the standard equation there is no minus sign. So that's why we should not use this. We have to use sin 90 plus theta only. And what is this Xc? In case of pure inductor also we have one term XL, that is called inductive reactance, and here Xc is called capacitive reactance. So let's define these two terms, inductive reactance and capacitive reactance. It is indicated with XL, where XL is equal to 2 pi FL. Here F is the frequency and L is the inductance. This is the equation for XL. But what is this XL, inductive reactance? Inductive reactance is nothing but, see, if there is a resistor, what is the property of the resistor? Resistor will oppose the flow of current. So resistor has a property of resistance which opposes the flow of current. In the same way, inductive reactance is a property of an inductor which opposes the flow of alternating current. This comes into picture in the case of AC quantity only, AC current only. So whenever the current, alternating current is flowing through the inductor, then this inductive reactance opposes those changes, or it opposes the alternating current. So this is the property of the inductor. It doesn't allow sudden changes in current. But in case of alternating current, there are sudden changes in the current. Suddenly the current is increasing, decreasing, becomes zero. So these sudden changes, the inductor will not allow. So that is the property of an inductor. So inductive reactance is a property of an inductor which opposes the flow of alternating current, or it opposes the sudden changes in current. Suppose if you connect the inductor to the DC supply, this inductive reactance, I have an inductor, I am connecting to DC supply. Then what about the inductive reactance for this? Is there any inductive reactance for this inductor in case of DC supply? Here constant current is flowing through the inductor. Inductor will be very happy. So whenever there is a change in current, then only the opposition will comes into picture. Otherwise, there will not be any opposition to the flow of current if the constant current is flowing through the inductor. So in case of DC, the inductive reactance is 0. Or from this equation also you can say that that is 0. XL is equal to 2 pi FL. What is the frequency of DC supply? Frequency is 0. So therefore, XL value is also 0. So this inductive reactance is a frequency dependent. So whenever there is a frequency, then only this comes into picture. So in DC circuits, inductive reactance is 0. It is a property of an inductor. Are you following? Which opposes sudden changes in current. And what are the units for this inductive reactance? Units are ohms. Next one, capacitive reactance. Inductive reactance is a property of an inductor. This capacitive reactance is a property of a capacitor. And this is indicated with Xc. I will define this. It is a property of a capacitor which opposes the inductive reactance means that is a property of inductor which doesn't allow sudden changes in current. But in case of capacitive reactance, it is a property of a capacitor which doesn't allow sudden changes in voltage. This is for voltage and this is for current. If there is any sudden change in voltage, the capacitor will block it. If the constant voltage is coming, then it will allow. The capacitor will allow the voltage. So these two will not allow sudden changes in current and sudden changes in voltage. As soon as the constant voltage or constant current is passing through them, they will allow. But if there is any sudden change in current or voltage, if it is a current, inductive reactance will comes into picture. If there is a sudden change in voltage, capacitive reactance will comes into picture. If there is a capacitor. So it is a property of a capacitor which opposes sudden changes in voltage. And equation Xc is equal to 1 by 2 pi Fc. In case of AC through pure capacitor, we derived this one. Xc is equal to 1 by 2 pi Fc. So this is also frequency dependent. Suppose if you connect this capacitor to the DC supply, then is there any capacitive reactance for the capacitor? Is there any capacitive reactance? DC voltage means constant voltage we are giving to this capacitor. Then what about the capacitive reactance? Is there any capacitive reactance for the DC circuits? It is 0. And units, again for this also ohms. So this is about inductive reactance and capacitive reactance. In case of DC circuits, this XL and XC values are 0. What about the phasor diagram for this AC through tube capacitor? I didn't draw the phasor diagram. Voltage is reference. Your current is leading with respect to the applied voltage. Leading means behind or ahead of the reference. Leading means it should be ahead of the reference phasor. Voltage is the reference phasor and current is leading by an angle of 90 degrees. Leading means you have to draw the phasor ahead of this voltage phasor. In clockwise direction you have to see. Is that? And that current is leading by an angle of 90 degrees. So this is your current. This is voltage. This is the phasor diagram for capacitor. Let us see the next one, impedance. What is meant by impedance? In case of DC circuits, the opposition to the flow of current is called resistance. But in case of AC circuits, the opposition to the flow of current is called impedance. So impedance is nothing but it is the opposition offered by an electric circuit to the flow of alternating current is called impedance. And it is denoted with Z. Resistance is denoted with R, but impedance will be denoted with Z. So let's find out the impedance of the circuit. Suppose it is a purely resistive circuit, what is the impedance for that circuit? If it is a pure inductor, what is the impedance for that circuit? So let's find out that. It is the opposition offered by an electric circuit to the flow of alternating current. And it is also defined as impedance is equal to, it is a ratio of alternating voltage to the alternating current. Just like resistance, R is equal to V by I, right? So this is DC voltage and DC current. In case of AC circuits, impedance is the ratio of alternating voltage to the alternating current. These two are alternating quantities. And units again ohms. So let's find out for a resistive circuit. What is the impedance for the resistive circuit? So take the resistive circuit and give AC voltage to that. This is V. Now we have to find out the impedance for this circuit. So impedance means Z. What is the formula for impedance? Z is equal to V by I. Alternating voltage by alternating current. So alternating voltage, we have the equation Vm sin omega t. But what about current? Current equation. Current I is equal to V by R. V means Vm sin omega t by R. So in place of current, substitute this one. Vm by R into sin omega t. So Vm sin omega t get cancelled. Then what it remains? R. So the impedance for the pure resistive circuit is R. That means whenever there is a resistance, the impedance for that is R only. Both Z and R equal. See, in the DC circuit, you have a circuit like this. Let us assume these are R1, R2, R3. These are all connected in series. Then to find out the total resistance, what will you do? We will add all these resistors R1 plus R2 plus R3. But in case of AC circuits, if it is AC, one resistor, one inductor and one capacitor are there. Then how can we add R plus L plus C? We can't add those. We have to find out the impedance for this resistor. We have to find out the impedance for this inductor and next impedance for this capacitor. Then you have to add all those Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3. If all are resistors, you can add. But if these three are the different elements, then you have to find out the impedance of each element. Then you have to add all those impedances. Further, we are finding the impedance for each basic circuit element. So for the resistor, the impedance is R only. And this impedance we can represent either in polar form or rectangular form. Suppose in case of polar form, Z is equal to R at an angle 0. In rectangular form, R plus J0. There is no phase angle difference between the voltage and current. That's why here 0 degrees. Now let's see in the case of inductor. Impedance for inductive circuit. Take the inductive circuit and apply AC voltage to that. There is L and current passing through this I, and V is the applied voltage Vm sin omega t. What is the current equation in case of inductor? AC through pure inductor. In that case, we found the current equation. What is that equation? Can anyone tell me? అసలు నోట్ చేసుకుంటున్నారా మీరు? Vm by omega L sin omega t minus pi by 2. This is the current equation. Current passing through the inductor when AC voltage is applied. And what we are finding? Impedance. Z is equal to V by I. So V is nothing but Vm sin omega t by current Vm by omega L into sin omega t minus pi by 2. See, in the previous case we cancelled out that Vm sin omega t, but now we can't cancel this sin omega t here and sin omega t minus pi by 2, and this Vm we can get cancelled or leave it like this. We are performing what? Division or multiplication here. Voltage by current means we are performing division, and these are alternating quantities. So whenever you are performing division on the alternating quantities, which form you have to take, polar form or rectangular form? The mathematical representations, we have two types, polar and rectangular. Polar form can be used for multiplication and division. Rectangular form will be used for addition and subtraction. So first write the polar form for this Vm sin omega t. Polar form means R at an angle phi. R is nothing but RMS value. RMS value means maximum value by root 2. So polar form for this is Vm by root 2 at an angle. What is the angle here? 0. Vm by root 2 at an angle 0 by for this 1 by omega L, write it separately. Vm sin omega t minus pi by 2. This we have to convert into polar form. Vm sin omega t minus pi by 2. This is the given equation. We have to convert into polar form. Polar form means again R at an angle phi representation. R means maximum value by root 2. Maximum value is Vm by root 2. Vm by root 2 at an angle phi. What is the value of phi here? Minus pi by 2. So that is a polar representation. Are you following what I am doing here? We are performing division. So whenever we want to perform division on the alternating quantities, you have to convert those into polar form. In the polar form only we can perform the division. So 1 by omega L into Vm by root 2 at an angle minus pi by 2. This is the polar form for this equation. Now this Vm by root 2, Vm by root 2 get cancelled. This omega L, we can bring it into the numerator. So omega L into, see these angles. In the numerator we have 0 degrees and in denominator we have minus pi by 2. So bring this minus pi by 2 into the numerator, then it will become plus pi by 2. Angles will be added if you bring it to the numerator, and sign will change. If it is plus sign here, if you bring it to the numerator, it will become minus 0 minus pi by 2, but it is minus pi by 2. So if you bring it to the numerator, it will become plus pi by 2. So then it is omega L at an angle pi by 2. Now Z is equal to 1 at an angle 90. 1 at an angle 90 is what? 1 at an angle 90 is nothing but J value. J operator. In case of rectangular form, I told you this one. J operator is nothing but 1 at an angle 90. Or the value is under root minus 1. So here 1 at an angle 90, that I am replacing with J. So remaining J omega L. So the impedance for the inductor is J omega L. So whenever you are seeing inductor in the circuit, The impedance of the inductor is J omega L or JXL. In place of omega L, XL we can substitute. So J omega L is the impedance for the inductor. Now can you do it for capacitor? The same procedure. Impedance means voltage by current. So current equation we have AC through pure capacitor. In that case we derive the current equation, the current passing through the capacitor. Use that one, convert into polar form, then find out the value of the impedance for the capacitor. Do it. For capacitor, find out the impedance for the capacitor. Take the circuit capacitor, give the alternating voltage to it. What is the current passing through the capacitor equation? No, we derived the equation, right? I think Vm by Xc sine, this equation I am asking. Plus pi by 2, right? Vm by Xc sine omega t plus pi by 2. This is the current equation. Now find out the impedance. Z is equal to V by I. V is Vm sine omega t by Vm by Xc sine omega t plus pi by 2. So you are performing division. So convert these two alternating quantities into polar form. Vm sine omega t. Polar form is Vm by root 2 at an angle 0 degrees by 1 by Xc, that is separately, Vm by root 2 at an angle plus pi by 2. Polar form is R at an angle phi. R value means RMS value, that is maximum value by root 2. Maximum value is Vm. So Vm by root 2 at an angle omega t plus or minus phi. This phi is the angle. So here there is no phi value, that means 0 degrees. Here omega t plus phi. In place of phi we have pi by 2. So that's why Vm by root 2 at an angle pi by 2. Vm by root 2, Vm by root 2 get cancelled. This Xc 0 degrees minus, in the denominator it is plus. So if you bring it to the numerator, it will become minus. 0 minus pi by 2. So Xc at an angle minus 90 degrees. Again the same thing, 1 at an angle 90. 1 at an angle 90 means we can replace that with J operator, J. Minus, but here minus sign is there. Minus Jxc. Or minus Jxc means 1 by omega c. So impedance for the capacitor is minus Jxc. Impedance for the inductor is Jxl. Now I will give you 3 circuits. Tell me the impedance for these circuits. Resistor R, inductor L. Here resistor and capacitor are connected in series and AC voltage is applied to this. The next circuit we have 3 elements R, L and C. What is the impedance of each circuit? These are all series circuits.